Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego coming to you live from this YouTube studio here in beautiful Florida, in the panhandle of Florida, near Pensacola, in north of Navarre Beach. And we're waiting for our MVC welcome letter. We got our NOA 1 letter dated April 18th, 2022. We got our NOA 2 letter dated May 30th, 2023. And I was just answering some questions there. I got my shirt turned up, answering some questions in YouTube, and then boom, I'm live on the channel for you guys. And I'm sure that you want to continue with all the questions and the questions and the questions on how to successfully process the K1 visa. Mid woman, good morning, Diego. Good morning, mid woman. Hope you're doing well, doing good here. We hope you're doing well too, mid woman, and your family. Cecilia Hammer, hi Diego, you're looking good today. Well, thank you. Appreciate the compliments. Markeisha Smith, good morning, Diego. Markeisha. And Monica Montesinos, good morning, Diego. Good morning, everybody who are checking in right now to watch the live stream. And lots more of it, lots more K1 visas are getting approved. Lots of NOA 2 letters are getting approved. Hopefully soon we should start hearing for the folks from July of 2022 and getting their K1 visas, their NOA 2 letters. And Markeisha says, thank you for the video on the embassy in Dakar. You're welcome. And I've got a video I've got to publish here on Romania. I haven't forgotten the person that wanted it. Don't worry. I'm going to put out the information about Romania for you folks who are interested. And I got some notices here. I was just checking the status of information here, and a person just got their approval for their case ready status for the embassy. Let's see, in Algeria. So if you are living in Algeria, okay, and you're watching the show from Algeria, this young lady, she got her NOA 1 letter January 16th, 2022, NOA 2 letter March 13th, 2023, MVC welcome letter packet 1 June 6th, 2023, and it was in transit to the embassy in Algeria on June 20th. So what's that, 15 days? It took 15 days to get it from case ready, boom, to the embassy. And now they just got to wait and schedule the interview. Let's see here. Cecilia Gomez, I filed in December 2022. When will we get NOA 2? Hopefully by Christmas of this year. It's taken about 12 months now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's taken about 12 months to get the NOA 2 letters. So speeding up. It could be 10 months for you because we get closer and closer to fiscal year 2024. The process is getting quicker and quicker. I don't know if you guys noticed that. And Mr. Nihas, good morning. Soon for all of us, God willing. God's in control of our K1 visa process, Mr. Nihas. I put it all on his control. And like I said, this isn't a religious channel. It's not a political channel. You guys, I don't care what your religion is. I don't care what your politics are. My job and my mission is to help you get your K1 visa and get you pulled over the line and into the United States so you can marry your beneficiary and your sponsor so you guys can get married and start your lives. Mid-woman, are there more success stories for June filers? Yes, we got more success stories for June folks, mid-woman. And good news for those guys, okay? Maybe you want me to make a video and update everybody on the June filers. But I got a feeling in about 10 days, 2 weeks, we're going to get word on July filers too. So good news for those guys. And Cecilia Hammer, Diego, what's the update with the month of May? My receipt date was May 31st, but still no update from USCIS. Okay, well, I made a video. There's about 1,000. There's about 1,000 now left for May filers for 2022. There's about 1,000 left that USCIS has to look at. They're sitting up on a shelf, and today's Sunday, so They're not going to be working today, I'm pretty sure. Although, you don't know, the embassies are open. Some embassies are open on the weekends. Lissy D, hi Diego, enjoying a Reuben sandwich and tuning in. Well, great, Lissy D. And that Reuben sandwich sounds good. I hope it's very, very tasty for you. Mib woman, no problem. I'll investigate for you, okay? Hannah, we filed September 2022. When do you expect the NOA 2? Well, right now, probably September 2023. September. It's taken about 12 months now to get a NOA 2 letter in your hand, which is good news, right, guys? NOA 2 is you all waiting for an NOA 2? You'll get it not much longer. Kamani Young, you are awesome. Well, you are awesome too, Kamani, and thanks for watching the show. We hope that today in today's channel, in today's live stream, that you learn something new to help you get through this process. So Celia Gomez, I changed address. Okay, I'm waiting for NOA 2. Should I tell USCIS and how? I'm the petitioner. Cecilia, if you move, you got to tell USCIS. How are you going to get your NOA 2 letter? Did you just change your address with the post office to mail forwarding? Okay, if you did that, you still have to notify USCIS of your new address. Okay, you have to do that so they know where to send the NOA 2 letter. And you can do that if you created a case status or an online profile, an online account. You can change your address online, but you got to have the receipt number from your NOA 1 letter. Okay, if you have the receipt number, which you better have your NOA 1 letter somewhere, you can change your address online. You go to your online account and change it. You got to do that. What if your NOA 2 letter goes to your old address and the post office doesn't forward it? What are you going to do? How are you going to know you need your NOA 2 letter? You need that to adjust status for your beneficiary. You need that. You got to have your NOA 2 letter. Okay. What if you have to contact somebody? You got to make a copy of your NOA 2 letter. So Cecilia, you need to tell USCIS where you live now. Okay. Ren S, hi. I filed my I-129 petition in December. NOA 1 is December 30th, 2023. Well, that's good. You got it right close to the end of the year, which is interesting. When do you think I'll have an answer if it's approved? Well, you're going to have to assume it's going to be approved because you filed a strong visa. Okay, you didn't make any mistakes. You didn't get any RFEs, not yet. So far, so good, right? So let's say you're going to hear the first week of January 2024 on your case, because December sometimes slows down a little bit for Christmas. Ren S, your petition went to the California Service Center. 93% of all K-1 visas go to California, ladies and gentlemen. And you live in Texas. I live in Florida, okay, and my K-1 visa package went to Texas. Now, I was thinking it was going to go to Texas also, but it went to California. And the first K-1 visa that I applied for in 2016, way back when, went to Nebraska. So, but now California is getting the majority of all the K-1 visas. Let's see. Ren S, thank you for the live streams. No problem. And the information is what's important. Okay. I want you guys to come away from each live stream a little bit more educated on what this process is. So you a little bit, education, knowledge about this process will help you become less stressed. And the less stressed you are, the better it is, right? You want to be able to go through this process smoothly, relaxed, mind calm, relaxed, no stress. S. Juarez. Hello, Diego and Karina. Wait, MVC letter. Dinner in Bogota. You guys in? Hey, S. Juarez. You guys, like Benny Yao and Denise and lots of other folks. They gave me a bunch of super chats, so I'll have dinner in Bogota with you, and Karina and I will eat in Bogota with you, and some of our super chat helpers will be paying for the lunch. How about that? We appreciate the super chats. Let's see here. Sorry, 2022. December 30th, 2022, Renes. So December 2023 or January of 2024, you'll be hearing from immigration. Nancy Fenilda. Hi, Diego. Hey, Nancy. And how are you, Nancy? How's your family? I hope everyone is doing good. Chantal Laros. What are the steps after receiving NOA2? Chantal Laros, you wait for the welcome letter from the National Visa Center, the packet 1. And then when you get the packet 1, you're going to get directions in there what to do next. And that takes about 3 months, okay? 60 to 100 days right in there is how long it takes to get the packet 1, the welcome letter. Then the NVC in New Hampshire, the National Visa Center, will send the package to the embassy, and then you wait for the ready status from the embassy. When you get the invoice number, then you can start scheduling the visa interview and fill out the DS-160, pay the visa fee. Now, there's no cost for the DS-160. That's a free form. It's no cost, but there is a fee for the visa interview. And then you just look for an opening and schedule the interview. Markeisha Smith, I recently saw someone being denied for their pictures looking too married. Yep, that happens. Any thoughts on this? Yep. Don't send any pictures in your K1 visa that looks like you got married. Okay, don't do it. It makes you nervous because we got engaged and we had a matching traditional African clothes that he made. Yeah, that happens. Folks live in Africa, beautiful Africa. Now I've been to Africa. I've been to South Africa. I've been to North Africa. You guys, beautiful people, you love to have your engagement parties in your cultural clothes. And that sometimes it causes problems for immigration because they look at the pictures, they think you had a marriage ceremony. So don't do that. Don't send pictures like that, okay? Now, by all means, have an engagement ceremony and take pictures, but keep them for your family. Don't put them in a K1 visa package. The way to overcome that would be if you get denied because the immigration officer thinks you got married, get letters of singleness, okay, from the government of your country. You know, surely there in your country in Africa, there's a place, a government office you can go to where the government can check to see if you guys are married or not and have them write a letter saying you guys are single, okay? That's the way to do that. Then you have that letter ready to go in case you get questioned about it at the visa interview. Most of the time, a visa gets denied because of pictures. Looking married is at the embassy interview. So have a letter of singleness ready to go to give to the immigration officer and say, look, we're single. We're sorry. It was just an engagement wedding, an engagement event. That's all. So Chantel, the timeline from NOA1 to NOA2 takes about a year. Right now, yeah, about 12 months. 13 months max, unless you got a lot of stuff that immigration has to investigate. Every visa is different, guys. Every single K1 visa is different. So you can't look at this person over here in April compared to this person over here in April because the visa is going to be different. Abduli Jallo, watching from UAE, beautiful our friends in the United Arab Emirates. We're glad you're here, Abduli. My fiance is older than me, 25 years. Any advice you have for us? Because in the next 4 months, she's coming. She will file our fiance visa application. Well, immigration don't care how old you guys are, the difference in age, okay? And I mean, Karina is 22 years younger than me. Age is not the issue with immigration. Immigration, I want to make sure that you guys are in a real relationship, okay? That you're not in a fraud relationship. You got plenty of evidence that you guys have been together, dating each other, met each other face to face within 2 years. You got lots of pictures with family and friends, not selfies. Selfie pictures, okay, are nice, include a few in your K1 visa package, but what's important are pictures with family and friends. If you have an engagement party, don't wear cultural clothes. Or if you have an engagement party, have two. Have an engagement party for immigration where you're in regular street clothes, and then have an engagement party in your cultural clothes if you want to do that. But don't include those in the visa package so you don't confuse immigration thinking that you got married. Okay. So the situation with the big I made a video about big age gaps. Okay. Immigration want to know you guys are real. You got plenty of evidence that you're in a relationship. Your beneficiary isn't under 18. If you cannot violate the IMBRA rules, the Immigration Marriage Broker Act. Can't violate those laws. Okay, so you got to be 18 or older, consenting adults with a strong visa package. Then you're good. Then there's no problem. Age is irrelevant as long as you are in a real relationship and you can prove it. Let's see here. So Abduli Jello, relax, all right? You good. History Blitz. Can my fiance now travel to the U.S. Virgin Islands without a problem for a honeymoon? Also, one thing that helped us expedite was reaching out to a Congresswoman's office who got our embassy number much faster. Yeah, History Blitz. It's okay to expedite a K-1 visa package as long as you got a reason for the expedite. You know, is there a medical emergency? You don't want to expedite something because you missed your beneficiary. Everybody misses their beneficiary and their sponsor. Okay, so if you expedite something like that to try to get ahead of the game, you're just basically trying to jump the line. Okay, so don't try to jump the line. But we're glad you got it done. That's the main thing, right? As for traveling to the U.S. Virgin Islands, it's U.S. territory. If it's like the U.S. Virgin Islands is like Hawaii, it's like Alaska, right? U.S. territory, part of the United States. It's not a state. It's not one of the contiguous states. But personally, I wouldn't do it. You know, you might get a border patrol officer. You might get a border patrol officer who gives you a hard time for leaving the U.S. territory. I would not go to the U.S. Virgin Islands on a honeymoon, even though it's part of the United States. I wouldn't do it. Just to protect your beneficiary from being able to get back into the United States. Just my opinion. You can do it if you want to do it. Go ahead, but I wouldn't do it. Chantel LaRose. So the whole process can be around 18 months before we can get married in the U.S. As of right now, yeah. As of June 25th, 2023, it's about an 18-month process. Okay, that's the way it is. But starting in 2024, I think you'll find it's going to be a 12 to 14-month process. 12 months, 13 months. When I did my first K-1 visa back in 2016, the whole process took 9 months. For me, in 2023, the process is going to take me probably 18, 19 months. So it is what it is, and we just get through it, right? You guys you're going to get through it. You're going to be patient. S. Juarez. Denied for looking too married. Yeah, you can be denied for looking too married. Absolutely. My fiance and I live together, traveling around the world as a family with my 2 kids. That's going to be a problem? No, not a problem at all. You're good. Just means you guys are together. It's no problem. But if you post pictures in your K-1 visa package that looks like you're wearing a wedding dress, immigration might think you got married. Okay? And it could be a problem. History Blitz. What about Hawaii or New York City? Hawaii is good. Go to Hawaii. Yeah, Hawaii. Hawaii would be a great place to go for a honeymoon. New York City would be also. New York City is a fantastic place to go on a vacation for a honeymoon. But go in the summertime. Okay? New York City in the wintertime is very cold and snowy, and you're going to be miserable. And you're going to be sitting in the hotel room waiting for it to get warm outside. I would go in the summertime to New York City. If you go to New York City, take a cruise. Take one of those boat cruises up and down the Hudson River. go under the Verrazano Narrows Bridge, go to the Empire State Building, go to the memorial for the World Trade Center, go to the World Trade Center. Lots of museums in New York City. The Natural History Museum, beautiful place to go, but go in the summertime. Hawaii, you can go any time of the year. It's hot all the year round, right? Noah Noisa, should I mail overnight original NOA1 and NOA2 to my fiance for an interview in Lima? Just the copies. If you're going to mail any documents to your beneficiary in Lima, Peru, send her the I-134, original I-134, your tax transcript, your tax return, your 1099s, your W-2s. Send the original I-134 signed and dated, filled out properly. NOA2, NOA1. She probably won't be asked for her NOA2 letter, but she needs to have it just in case. You never know with these people, right? Immigration may ask for it. So be prepared. History Blitz, thanks for all your help. We passed our interview with your advice. Great job and help. You really calmed us down about it. Well, History Blitz, congratulations. I'm glad the videos helped you. I'm glad I helped you get through the interview at the embassy. And now you just got to get her into the United States and get married within 90 days. And then the next step is to adjust the status to green card. Okay. And I'll help you through that too if you need me to help you with that. I'll be glad to help you. And be relaxed. Yeah, immigration officers want to see relaxed, happy people, because a relaxed, happy person's in a real relationship. Okay, right? Everything's good. April Flower, how long does it usually take for original documents to arrive to fiance's country, Middle East? It depends on what you're going to send it by, DHL. I recommend DHL. Okay, so you're talking about when does the MVC mail your K1 visa package to the Middle East? Are you in Iraq? Is your beneficiary in Iraq? I believe in Baghdad, Iraq, if I remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, but I think you guys are in Iraq. You just got to get it there through DHL, and the time depends on usually about a week. 2 weeks, somewhere in there. Noah Noisa, thank you. No problem, Noah. It's about a 2-week turnaround to get mail from the United States to Baghdad, Iraq. If it's Iraq, which country in the Middle East are we talking about? History Bliss, should she get a social security number as the first thing to do? Then change her name after the wedding. What would be the first steps when she enters the USA? Well, you can't get a social security number, okay, right away. You have to file for the green card. You have to adjust the status, okay? You adjust the status, and when you fill out the paperwork, the adjustment of status paperwork, it says in there, do you want immigration to notify the Social Security office that you want to get your social security number automatically sent to you? When you fill out the paperwork to adjust the status, check the block yes. You want immigration to notify the Social Security office that you want them to send you a Social Security card. Then you check the second block that says you are giving immigration permission for the Social Security office to look at your information to get the Social Security card. You have to apply for it. You can't just walk in a Social Security office and say, hey, I want my Social Security number. You got to apply for it through the adjustment of status, okay? And then it's done automatically. Then you got to wait for it. Changing names. When Karina and I get married, Karina is going to change her name to my last name, okay? So when I file the adjustment of status paperwork for Karina, it will be Karina using my last name. It will be when I apply for her credit card, it will be Karina with my last name. When I put her on all the utility bills, the electric bill, the gas bill, the title to the car, the homeowners association, the water bill, the sewage bill. When I put her on all the bills, it's going to be Karina, her last name, which is my last name. Everything that goes on in the adjustment of status will be with her using my last name because she's now my wife and she wants my name. She's proud to have my name. Okay. So Karina will get into Miami. She'll arrive in the United States. We'll get married within 90 days. She'll change her name to my last name, and then we will adjust the status to her new name, which is my last name. It's easy, very simple to do. Chantel, when they send the NOA2, will they say what documents we need? Yeah, they'll tell you in the packet one. Will they allow copies? Because mailing the original documents are difficult to mail. Don't mail any original documents except the I-134, okay? Everything else can be a copy, but the I-134 has to be the original signed document. Immigration want the I-134, the Declaration of Financial Support, has to be the original form, okay? Let's see, April Flower, correct, thank you. Yeah, okay, April, I thought you guys were in Iraq. To our friends in Iraq, we love you guys. We appreciate you watching. We hope you're doing well, and we hope the weather's not too hot for you, okay? Iraq's a beautiful country, so much history. You know, I'm back in the 70s, you had like bodybuilding competitions, a fantastic place. Ren S, I met my fiance for the second time and trip in May for this year since we have been together. I took more pics. You better took more pics, Ren S. Lots of pictures together, but with family too, family and friends. I got more pictures with Karina's friends than I do with her by herself. But we got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pictures, and I put them all on a disk, and I save them on a disk. I don't save them on my computer. I save them on a disk. You know, what if my computer crashes? I lost everything, right? So everything is on a disk. Let's see. Ren S, I already mailed off the first set of pics along with my I-129 petition. Okay, in December 2022. Good job. What should I do with the second evidence? You bring it to the visa interview. When you go to the face-to-face visa interview, you put all those pictures in a photo album and you bring those and say, hey, look, this is my second visit. Here's the pictures. Here's the boarding passes. Don't forget your letters of intent to get married. You got to get second letters of intent to get married. Boom. Right? Have them ready to go for the visa interview. They have to be originals, by the way. Good job, though. Ren S, you're good. Just bring all that stuff to the visa interview. My lawyer said to hang on to it for latest boarding passes. Yeah, your lawyer is correct. He gave you some good advice. Chantel, thank you so much. No problem. History Blitz. What are the first things she should do when she enters, in your opinion? When she gets to America? Well, Karina, the first thing she's going to do is going to take a nap. She's going to rest. She's going to sleep. She's going to be tired. Okay? And then I'm going to take her on a tour of the barrio, the Pueblo. I'm going to show her where Walmart is, Publix, Winn-Dixie, the CVS store, the manicure place, the hairdresser. I'm going to show her where all the restaurants are located at. We got a Mexican restaurant down the street, beautiful, fantastic food. So the first thing you want to do is get your beneficiary accustomed to where she lives. Show her around your house. Where's everything in the apartment, in the townhouse, wherever it is you live. Okay, you want her to be able to go to your fridge and open the fridge and know where everything's at. Okay, just get her accustomed to being with you in the house, being in America. Learn how to use the remote on the TV. Everything's going to be different in America. Everything's different, right? If you lived in a little village in Kenya, let's say, then all of a sudden you're living in Knoxville, Tennessee. That's a big difference. Get your beneficiary used to the new place where she is. Okay, and then get married. Bud Garcia, hello Diego. I have noticed you have put the UFO back in your videos. Yeah, the UFO's back in the videos. You just got to find it. Okay, I'm trying to make it a little difficult for you, but if you look, you should be able to find it. Ren S. Also, what should I do with my wedding plan evidence? Unfortunately, we met with a car accident during my second trip. Oh no. So I did get more. I'm sorry about the car accident, but your wedding plan evidence needs to go to the visa interview. Okay. If you get asked at the visa interview, do you have any wedding plans? Boom, here it is. Give them the wedding plans. There was only 6 days. 6 days is better than no days, right? No problem. Chantel, one more thing. When filling the I-129F, my fiance forgot to mark the part where it says we didn't meet online. Well, you know, it's too late now. You just see if immigration sends you an RFE. You might get an RFE that says, where did you guys meet? Did you put in the block, in the little block there, how you met each other face to face in person, and for the first time? So if you didn't meet online, if you explained it in that little box, but you might get an RFE on that one. You might, okay, which will slow down the process probably about 2 or 3 weeks, but you know, you may not. It may just go straight through to the MVC and the embassy. You just got to wait and see what happens, but you're not going to get a denial because you missed something on the form. You're only going to get a denial if you don't qualify for the benefit. And if they think you're married, you can't create that perception in the minds of the immigration guys. Let me see. Yeah, time stamping the photos. You don't have to timestamp the photos. You can write on the photos where you met, what's the date, and who's in the picture. So family pics with family, with his daughter and him is good. You didn't have time. You're only there for 6 days. No problem, Renes. You're good. Chantel, he did write that we met in Miami, but just didn't check the box about not meeting online. Will that be a problem? Well, if he wrote in that little box that he met you in Miami, okay, then he didn't meet you online. But you may get an RFE. It's not a problem. It's not going to block your visa. It's not going to deny your visa, but it may create a request for an RFE. Dear, you know, you didn't check this block right here. Did you meet each other online? Yes or no? They'll ask you the question, did you meet online? Yes or no? And you're going to say no, and boom, visa continues. Just wait for an RFE on that. It's a possibility, but you're not going to get your visa denied because of that, okay? Let me see. Furious Ram. My NOA1 date is June 29th. Okay. Do you think I will hear something soon? Furious Ram, you should hear from immigration next month. In July. Second week of July, you'll hear from immigration. Right in there. Barathi Kilari, I received a 221G letter. What next? So they put you into administrative processing. Was this at the visa interview? A 221G is when you go into administrative processing where they got to do more research. They're going to ask for more. Was this at the embassy interview, face to face? Barathi? I think so, right? What did they ask for? Did they ask for more paperwork? Did they ask for more documentation? Something happened at the face-to-face visa interview, if that's where it happened, because most folks get the 221G letter at the visa interview. Tell me what happened. But now you're just in a waiting game, okay? You got to wait and see what immigration officers are going to review it. Another set of eyes are going to look at it. They're going to do more research, okay? Are you in the Middle East by chance? Are you in a Middle East country? Sometimes you get a 221G for a little bit more of a security check. I don't know. You need to be more information. I need more information. History blitz. So first thing maybe is to go to the courthouse to get the marriage license. Right. You can get the marriage license if you want. If the first thing I would do would be get Karina in the house and get her rested up. Let her relax. You know, take her out to eat. I'm going to take her to this Mexican restaurant down the street here, get her fed, and then take a trip to the courthouse and get the marriage license. That's what we're going to do. But I want to make sure she's relaxed first, rested up, you know. But the first thing in the wedding process is to get the marriage license. That's correct. Ren S, I met my fiance online in a dating app called Two. Okay. Well, that's pretty neat. A dating app called Two. Very good. Ren S, I had my lawyer write Two on my I-129. There you go. That's good. Why couldn't you write Two on your I-129? Ren S, come on now. You can have done that for free. Is that okay on how you met? Yeah, that's fine. Ren S, I heard no longer. I met him in Dachi almost 3 years ago. You're good. You're good. An online phone app is good to meet in person. It's communication, right? But you have to meet face to face in person. You got to be within 2 years before you file the K1 visa. That's what immigration's more interested in. Did you meet each other in person? In that box, my lawyer wrote the name of the dating site. Yeah, that's good. Then he's doing his job. He did a good job on that. Hannah 101. Hello. Is July getting a process? Not yet, Hannah. I'll make a video. You guys will be the first to know. You will be the first to know when July gets processed, okay? Let's see. Jen Ganesh. Hi, Diego. My date was July 8th, 2022. Okay. So your NOA2 letter should be around the second week of July of 2023. Next month. Jen Ganesh, next month will be a good luck for you, okay? Jacob Myers. Good morning, Diego. Good morning, Jacob. How's Jacob? How's your family? Bud Garcia. Does the medical exam cost different in all countries? Yes, Bud Garcia. The medical exam is going to be more expensive, let's say, in Dubai than it is in Colombia. The prices in Colombia are different. The cost of living, the economics of Colombia are different than Dubai. Dubai is a big industrial, economic city powerhouse, a financial place. Beautiful country, Dubai, beautiful place, but it's a little bit more expensive. Things are more expensive. So the doctor, the civil surgeon, approved by the State Department, decides how much he or she is going to bill you for the medical exam. Let's see. History Blitz, come to our wedding. All right, History Blitz. I need to know where you're at. I think you're in Miami, if I remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Let's see. Good questions here. Okay, Ren S. Two was an international dating site. Okay. It wasn't Imbra, though. It wasn't a marriage broker. It's an international dating site. You're good. So long as it's not a marriage broker. And hopefully your attorney printed the terms of service from the application number 2 for the phone app, right? Whatever the application is. You got to include the terms of service in the K1 visa package, which says that the online account, the online dating site's not an Imbra. Like Colombian Cupid, Filipino Cupid, the Cupid sites. If you met your beneficiary, let's say on Filipino Cupid, I strongly recommend you print the terms of service for Filipino Cupid, where it says this is not a marriage broker. Highlight that and include that in the K1 visa package. Okay, saves you a big headache in the future if the immigration officer doesn't know about Filipino Cupid. Now you have done the homework for him or her, so you saved yourself an RFE, possible RFE. And let's see, you met twice, Renes. You've met each other twice in the past 2.5 years. Good job. April Flower, is it okay if we didn't write how we met on the application? You gotta, in the I-129F, April Flower, when you fill out the I-129F, you have to write in that little box, I think it's on page 4, I can't remember exactly, where you guys met each other for the first time. You got to tell immigration where you met. We met each other for the first time. Boom. I wrote in that on the I-129F. I wrote in there, I met Karina for the first time face-to-face at El Dorado International Airport in Bogota, Colombia on this day in 2002, in 2021. Okay, boom. You got to explain. You got to tell them. You could get an RFE. Immigration's going to want to know. They're going to ask you, where did you guys meet for the first time? You didn't tell us in the I-129F. If you don't tell them, they're going to ask you. How do they ask you? They send you an RFE. All you can do is wait. Let me see. Eric Cole. April Flower, your visa is not going to get denied, by the way, because you didn't fill that out. You're going to get you're going to be asked the question, where did you meet? Okay, immigration is going to ask you. Then you can explain. Eric Hall, is processing times at Texas different from California? No. 93% of all K-1 visas are going to California. Okay, and that the processing time is no different, Texas, California. It's the same. And sometimes a lot of folks will get their K-1 visa, go to Texas, and then they get re-forwarded on to California. California gets it. Okay. Let's see. Bharathi Kalari, I don't have any pictures and evidence. Both relatives. So what type of evidence give to the embassy? Well, when you go back and visit your beneficiary, okay, get pictures with the relatives. You got to have pictures with other people other than yourselves. Evidence of being together. Okay, I got pictures with all Karina's friends know who I am. Okay, and when Karina's talking to me on the phone at night, she'll say, oh, by the way, Andrea says hello to Diego. Wendy says hello. Kelly says hello. I'm giving all of Karina's friends plugs on YouTube right now. Okay, Andrea family, Wendy, Manuel, Ivan, Kelly, Mihai. Hi, Mihai. All of Karina's friends know who I am. I've met everybody. I've met them all. And I got pictures with everybody. Okay. And all her brothers too. Let's see. Dated online for a year until we met. That's fine. You're good. Pittsburgh. History Bits is in Pittsburgh. Woohoo! That's a long drive from Florida. Pennsylvania, right? Pallavi Sharma. Hey, Diego, I am from India. We love our friends from beautiful India. And I received my NOA-1 letter on the 17th of February, 2023. When should I expect my NOA-2 letter? Well, probably by January of 2024. You should be in about an 11-month, 12-month window of time right now. So next year, okay? January, February next year, boom, there's your NOA-2 letter. Ren S., you got engaged, then you flew to Ghana. Okay, great. And stayed there for a short time, and his family took all the pictures. Okay. Then you returned back to the United States, and you hired a lawyer and applied for the K-1 visa 3 months after returning to America. Very good. Good. That's a good job. Hardeep Kaur. Hello, sir. You do a great job. I feel really positive after watching your videos. Hardeep Kaur, that's good. This is the positive channel. And you guys, you're all going to get your K-1 visas. You're all going to get your families over to America. And whether you're in India, beautiful Iraq, Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, we got people watching from the Philippines, our friends in the Philippines. We love you guys, Cebu, Manila, the whole world is watching. And you guys are here participating. And, by the time the live stream ends, you guys should have learned some new things and should be all positive and upbeat and excited about the process. Let's see. Jacob Myers, I wrote like it seemed like a book on the meeting. Okay, good. That's fine. I did too. Right now, I'm building the binder for my beneficiary for her interview at the embassy. Good. Jacobs, you're thinking like an immigration officer. Good job. You got to think like an immigration officer, okay? What would if you're an immigration officer and you're looking through a K-1 visa package, what are you looking for? What are you looking for, okay? And if you don't see it, include it, okay? You want to make sure the visa gets approved first time, right? Ren also took pics of me standing in front of Katoka International Airport. There you go. I did too. Karina and I, our first picture together was outside of El Dorado International Airport, and it was during the tail end of COVID. Okay. And I got this mask on my face. Karina's got this mask on her face. That was our first picture together. But our second picture together was with her friends. Bud Garcia. If my fiance doesn't have pictures with my dad, will that be a problem since they have not met? No, I've never met Karina's mom. Karina's mom lives in Venezuela. Okay. I can't go to Venezuela. I'm an American. I'm retired military. I'm retired from the Navy. The Venezuelan government would love to get their hands on me for the information I have up here. Okay. So I can't go to Venezuela. So I can't get to meet her mom. But what we're going to do is we're going to bring her mom to Colombia in the future. And then we'll go back to Colombia for vacation. And then I can meet her. You know, it's unfortunate we got a dictator of a president in Venezuela that nobody likes, you know, except his little buddies are in his circle. So it's unfortunate because Venezuela is a beautiful place. The people are fantastic, and I'm not allowed to go there because I'm American. But I could probably go on a visa, and then the U.S. government's going to want to know why I'm going to Venezuela. Then they're going to tell me, don't go to Venezuela, Diego. It's dangerous for you. You know, not that I'm going to get killed, but I could be arrested and used as a political pawn. Let me see. Jacob Myers, my fiance family has no idea who I am because they are estranged. Okay, no problem. That just saves you money at Christmas, right? You don't have to send Christmas cards to people that don't know you exist. But make sure you get pictures with friends. You're lots of friends and acquaintances, okay? Then you're covered. Jacob, relax on that, okay? Don't worry about that. April Flower, what is the chance I might get an RFE? It's a good chance. Maybe they will ask my fiance how we met during the interview, since we didn't mention it. You'll probably get an RFE, April Flower, because you didn't tell them in the paperwork. They need to have it in writing. You got to put it in writing. So the RFE will come to your house. If you get one, you may not. You may be lucky and not get it. But if it comes to your house, you know what it's going to be. Handle it. Boom. We made it here. Send it back to immigration. Boom. And you're good to go. I got an RFE in 2016 on my first K-1 visa. Didn't tell them what website I met my beneficiary on. What was the website? I didn't tell them. They wanted to know. They sent me an RFE. What's the name of the website? I printed my credit card receipt showing where I paid to join this website. And they said, you're good, and approved the visa. It took 2 weeks. Renes, you're highly appreciated, Diego. Well, I appreciate you guys. Because if I can, help you, if I can get you through this process without any stress, without any worries, knowing you're going to get it, then that's a mission accomplished, right? You appreciate the channel here on YouTube. Well, YouTube is global. I've got 350,000 people have watched this channel somewhere at once or twice around the world in 150 some countries. Okay, that's pretty powerful, right? It's pretty powerful to go on YouTube, and thank you, YouTube, for this opportunity. I mean, you got to thank YouTube for creating this technology. We didn't have this technology back in the 80s. Now we have it in the 21st century. We have technology like YouTube to follow their rules. I follow what their rules and guidelines are, and we have a portal to the world. Success Blueprint. I like that. Success Blueprint. That's a great name. What is the average wait time in the MVC? 3 months. You got it. You said 3 months, ? You know already. Good job, Success Blueprint. You know. You don't have to ask me. You know. And let's see. Pallavi Sharma, after receiving the NOA2 letter, How much time it takes to get the interview appointment? Depends on the country. It depends where you live. Okay, you need to tell me where you guys are at. Ren S, you have made the K1 visa process less stressful. That's good for her, for you. And I really hope you get yours soon and wish you and Karina a blessed marriage. Well, thank you, Ren S. Karina and I'm gonna continue with the YouTube channel long into the future to continue to help you guys starting out and those folks who haven't yet even filed a K1 visa. Okay, it's important work. Karina is watching in Colombia. Okay, she's helping her friend Mihai also. Her friend Mihai is opening up this new ice cream store in northern Bogota. Karina's the manager of an ice cream store in central Bogota. So because Karina is such an expert in tax accounting and business management, she's helping her friend Mihai open up her store and get it started, for free. Karina's helping her friend for free, getting her started in her new business venture in Bogota. And I'm helping you for free get your K1 visa without any stress. What a win-win, right? Once I speak with a million words. Okay, Ren, we're with you. Jacob, I got pictures and letters from all his friends. Okay. I think that helped when we got our NOA 2. Absolutely, it helped. Letters from friends attesting to your relationship is great. I included one letter in my package, and from my friend whose family name started this town. His family's been living here for over 100 years. Okay, and he wrote a letter saying, my family started this town, back in 18 whatever. And, I've known Diego for 10, 15 years. Boom. Letters help. Ren S, all of his family in Africa know they have met me. There you go. And my son who lives with me only knows. That's okay. It's all good. April Flower, thank you so much. You're welcome. April Flower. And, when you go to Iraq and the embassy there will treat you with much respect and help your beneficiary come to America. Okay. One day, hopefully in the future, I'll be able to go to Iraq as a tourist and go look at all that historical stuff there. Very historic. Ren S, unfortunately, my family has not been as understanding. Don't worry about your family not understanding. It's between you, right? You guys love each other. You're in a relationship. Isn't that all that matters? That's all that matters, right? And it's unfortunate about the family if it doesn't work out. But don't worry, you're not getting married to the family. Let's see. Ren S, different background from yours. Don't worry about it. Hannah, go east, go west. Diego is the best. Hannah, go east, go west. Thank you. Let's see. Ren S, you're going to be just fine, okay? You're going to be just fine. Furious Ram. Ren S, I'm 43 and nobody can judge my heart or my choice. No, Ren S, being 43, being 63, well, age isn't important. It's irrelevant. Immigration don't care how old you are. They just want to make sure you guys are in a real relationship. Furious Ram, after the NOA 2, we have to wait 3 months, right? About 3 months. And then you get a letter from the National Visa Center, a welcome letter of instruction. So once you get your NOA 2 in your hand, about 3 months will pass, 60 to 100 days, and then you'll get a letter of instruction from the National Visa Center telling you what to do next. And if you get confused when you get your welcome letter, I'm here for you guys, right? 3 times a week, 12 times a month. I'm here for you 3 times a week. Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. If you get stuck in the process, you know that we're going to have a live stream on Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And one of those days, if you're free, if you got time from your day, jump on the live stream and ask me a question, and I'll help you. Let's see. And Ren S says you're part Indian, Native American, right? You're part Indian or part Native American. Which one? Mixed race. So you're more open-minded. Yeah, everybody in America is a mixed race. Everybody. It's a melting pot of the world right here. Okay? The United States of America is the melting pot of the world. You know, black, white, doesn't matter. Latino or Latina, Hispanic, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, doesn't matter which country you're from, you're welcome. When you get to America, when you come here, you know, assimilate and become an American. Doesn't matter what country you're from, whether you're from Africa, Australia, England, Europe, Romania, wherever it is you are coming from to America to become an American. Don't forget where you came from. Don't forget your heritage, but try to become an American. Karina wants to be an American. She can't wait to become an American. She wants to wear a cowboy hat. I'll get her some cowboy boots, and we're gonna head out west head out to Nevada or Texas and go ride horses or something. She's gonna become an American. But she won't forget where she came from, which is Venezuela, and she will never forget Colombia, because Colombia is the country that gave her asylum from Venezuela. Let's see. Michael Q. Will K1 processing time go back to 6 months next year? Yeah, it is. That's what the director of immigration said. She got money from Congress and she hired 4,000 new people, and now they're all about trained up. And you don't want to set people loose on a K1 visa package unless they know what they're doing. So yeah, it's going to be a 6-month turnaround starting probably, I would say, January of next year, between NOA 1 to NOA 2. Okay. Then you got to wait for the National Visa Center to do their part, which will probably be 3 to 4 weeks. And then you got to wait for the embassy to do their part, which will be another 4 to 6 weeks. So hopefully the complete turnaround time, 2024, should be probably 9 or 10 months, not 18 months. We've been waiting for what, a year and a half, some of you guys? It's a long time. But 2024 is going to be the year for K1 visas for new people. And we'll still be here. I'll still be here, doing the videos, helping those new folks. Ren S, whenever I join your live stream, it makes me feel as if all this K1 visa process ain't so bad. It's not bad. It's easy. The K1 visa process is easy, guys. It's not difficult to do. You just got to have patience, and you got to be able to pay attention to detail when you fill out paperwork. So what do you need in a K1 visa package? When you submit a K1 visa package, what do you got to have in the K1 visa package? What do you got to have? The sponsor has to prove he's an American citizen, or she, right? Copy of the passport, the biographic page, the naturalization certificate. You got to include that if you're a naturalized American. So you prove citizenship. Check. You met each other face-to-face in person within the last 2 years. Pictures, boarding passes, hotel receipts. Evidence of meeting together with dates. Check. What else you got to have? The birth certificate of your beneficiary. You don't have to, but I included it, plus a translation into English. Police certificates, don't have to have it, but I included it, translated into English. So immigration at the service center in California already knew Karina has a clean record. She's got no problems. WhatsApp chats, I included. Let me see. 12 months worth of WhatsApp chats in a binder. Karina went to university in Caracas, Venezuela. I included all of her college transcripts, got them certified as an equivalency in the United States, got them translated into English. Was it required? No. Why did I do that? Immigration now knows that Karina's college educated. She's got 4 years of college, and she is going to be and she has an equivalency of a degree in tax accounting. So immigration now know that Karina has an equivalency U.S. degree in tax accounting. What does that tell immigration? If Diego decides to retire, Karina can get a job as a tax accountant without a problem, right? Okay, it just reinforces the visa. Anything you can add to the K-1 visa package that gives immigration a warm and fuzzy, okay, that you guys are in a real relationship, that you're going to be financially able to support your beneficiary, that she's not a criminal, or you've met each other face to face. Put it all together and send it. But when you fill out I-129F, don't make any mistakes, okay? If something doesn't apply to you, let's suppose when you're filling out the I-129F and your beneficiary's mom lives in Nigeria, but you don't know what her date of birth is. And she can't remember. Nobody knows the mom's date of birth. You put unknown. Fill in the block. You don't know. Unknown. Okay? If you don't know somebody's middle name, let's suppose your beneficiary's dad lives in Colombia, and he passed away, and you can't remember his middle name. You're going to put first name, last name, question mark for middle name, and then put deceased. Okay? Immigration just want to know what happened. If it doesn't apply to you, put NA or none. You don't want to leave any blank spots on the I-129F, okay? Because when immigration get that form, they open it up, and they're going to look through the form as quick as they can. And if there's any blank spots, what do their eyes do? What do their eyes do if there's a blank spot on the I-129F? It has to stop. The eye has to stop and read the question and see why it's blank. Okay? If you just put NA, do you need a translator? No. NA, no translator required. NA. Are you filling out the form yourself? Yes. Did somebody help you? No. Okay. Are you the preparer? No. You're the sponsor. NA. Fill it all in. So when the immigration officer looks at the form, 13-page form, he or she can go through it quickly without having to stop to read a question that you didn't answer. Let's see. Keithy Chowdhury. Hi, Diego. Do we have to get the intent to marry letter again with the present date? No. You write 2 letters of intent to get married. When you submit the K-1 visa package for the first time, you, Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor, and your beneficiary, both of you, write a letter of intent to get married. If your beneficiary does not speak English, he or she has to write it in her native language or his native language. Then he or she signs it in black ink and dates it. And then you translate the letter into English, okay, by a certified translator. You include 2 letters of intent to get married, one in English, one from the beneficiary, one from the sponsor. And then if you have to translate it, then you get it translated. Then you write 2 more letters of intent to get married about 3 weeks before the interview at the embassy. Okay, so let's suppose that I schedule Karina's interview at the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia, December 1st, 2023. November 15th, I'm going to write a letter of intent to get married, sign it and date it. Karina will write a letter of intent to get married. She'll sign it and date it. Then I'll translate it into English and get the certification. Takes about 2 to 3 days to get that. And then we'll bring those to the embassy interview. And they will be dated about 3 weeks, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks before the face-to-face visa interview. Very simple, guys. So, yeah, you have to get, Keithy, you have to get letters of intent to get married. You got to do it twice. Once when you submit the K-1 visa, and second when you get ready for the interview. Your case was approved on June 20th. When can my fiance start preparing the I-134? Okay, well, don't fill out the I-134, the Declaration of Financial Support, until you have got the welcome letter, okay? Once you get the welcome letter, or even better yet, once you've scheduled the visa interview, then fill out the I-134. And that doesn't mean you can't fill it out and practice so you know what to put in the I-134. You can fill it out and print it and practice and print it until you got it down like a master, where you can do it in your sleep. You've mastered it, but you got to make sure you get that closer to the interview date, okay? So you don't use an expired form. Jacob Myers, how does it work when they have like 4 or 5 names? Not for me, but for I know a few people. Yeah, it gets difficult, Jacob. It gets hard filling out a K1 visa. Remember, when you fill out the DS-160, the name you put on the DS-160 is the name that's going to be going into the K1 visa. So, you don't want to overcomplicate it. It gets a little tricky when you got a name like this long, and that's true. But you got to fill it out exactly like it's on the passport. Whatever's on the beneficiary's passport or birth certificate, the passport has to match the birth certificate, and then that has to match the DS-160. Michael Q, my fiance lives in Germany. Okay. Is there a backlog in Germany at the embassy? No, there's no Germany. No, there's no backlog in Germany, but it's cold in Germany. Barathi Kalari, 221G evidence. How many days? Said the embassy. My limited period. I don't understand the question. Repeat it. 221G evidence. How many days? Send embassy. Okay, you're asking me how long does it wait? How long does it take for the U.S. Embassy to process a 221G administrative process? It could take 2 weeks. It could take 3 months. It depends on what they're looking for. It depends. It could be a 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 months, 6 months. It depends on what they have to do. If it's a security check, if they're doing a security check through the FBI and everybody, it could take longer. Okay. It depends on what they're looking at, what they're looking for. If it's not a security check, maybe you forgot something, where's your tax transcript? We need your tax transcript. So you go into a holding pattern until your sponsor can get the tax transcript. Okay. Some embassies ask for the tax transcript. Some embassies are asking for the 1040, the tax document. It all depends on the immigration officer and what he's looking for. Ren S, do you know if the embassy in Accra, Ghana has a huge backlog for interviews? No, they don't. Tasha Lynn's World. So you got an RFE in March, and I send in the evidence on June 2nd. How long will it take to get a response? Okay, let me ask you this, Tasha Lynn's World. You got an RFE in March of 2023. How much time did they give you to respond to the RFE? Did they give you 1 month, 2 months, 3 months? If you got the RFE in March, in the letter, they told you how long they're going to give you to process the RFE. You have to process the RFE. Okay, so they gave you 2 months to process the RFE. And you got the RFE when? In March. So you got the RFE in March, and you sent the evidence in June. March to April, April to May, May to June. So they gave you 3 months. They gave you 2 months to process the RFE, but you didn't process it. You didn't respond to it for 3 months. And that's probably why you haven't heard from immigration yet. They're trying to figure out why you didn't follow their directions. Did you write a letter of explanation in the RFE why it took you 3 months to process the RFE information that they asked for? If there's a legitimate reason it took you 3 months, then you're good. But you got to tell them, it took me 3 months to get the document because whatever. This is the reason. Okay? If immigration tell you in an RFE, you got 2 months to process the paperwork and get it to them, then you got to do it in 2 months, not in 3 months. Ren, is the embassy in Accra processing DS-160 fast or slow? Well, first you got to pay for the visa interview, okay? Then you got to schedule the visa interview, and then you fill out the DS-160, and there's no backlog there. It's just normal processing. No problem. Ran. Hi, Diego. MVC is taking a long time with K1. Already complete more than 2 months. 60 days isn't a long time for the MVC, Rand. It takes about 90 to 100 days. These guys are busy people, okay? Now, in our minds right here, all we're thinking about is RK1 visa. All we think about is RK1 visas. Where is it? What's the status? What's the status? But the MVC are receiving what? 10, 12,000 K1 visas a week from the USCIS. They got 50,000 to worry about. You got one to worry about. Give them time, be patient to do their job and process it out. They didn't forget about you. Tasha Lynn World. I gave her all the evidence in May, and though I sent it off, it was the lawyer's fault. She wrote a letter to apologize. Okay, so here you go with a lawyer, an attorney who filed your K1 visa, and then your attorney didn't do the paperwork properly, so you got an RFE, and then your attorney didn't process the RFE within 2 months. She processed it within 3 months. Now the attorney has to write a letter of apology why she didn't process the K1, the RFE in 2 months. And you're paying this person to control your future life with your future beneficiary. That's why I didn't hire an attorney. When I get if I was to get an RFE, it comes to the mailbox right here, not to an attorney in Pensacola. Understand what I'm saying? Attorneys I would only hire an attorney to do a K1 visa if you have a criminal record and you don't know if you're going to qualify for the benefit. If you don't think you're going to qualify, have an attorney run over your paperwork and give you some advice. But hiring an attorney causes these kinds of problems. Now, not all the attorneys are bad, but they got their job. They're in the business. They're in it to make money. And that's a capitalist, right? I'm in on that. If you can make money, make money. But this is your future, Mr. Sponsor, Miss Beneficiary. You need to control it, not a third person. So it's the lawyer's fault. There you go. Sheena. Hi, Diego and Karina. Happy Sunday. Hey, Sheena. Sheena and Christian say hello. Sheena in Maryland and Christian in Dubai. Hi, guys. Tashalini's World. Do you think we have a chance? Yeah, you have a chance. Your immigration hasn't said no, right? They haven't said no. Okay. And if your attorney wrote a letter of apology, that's good. Immigration will give you a mulligan. They'll give you the benefit of the doubt that it wasn't in your hands. It was in your attorney's hands. Your attorney messed up. Immigration, understand that happens. So they'll give you a break. Probably they will. As long as they got the information they asked for, they'll give you a break. Okay. But when you adjust your status to green card, please don't hire an attorney. Please don't. Do it yourself. Save you $2,000. Come onto the YouTube channel. I'll help you through it. Whatever it takes, right? But don't ever put your K1 visa package in the hands of a third person, whether it's a company or an attorney, as if you don't have any problems with your K1 visa benefit. If you meet the income requirements, if you met each other face to face in 2 years, you got no criminal record, that's going to disqualify you. Do it yourself. Okay, guys, I've been talking for 1 hour, 13 minutes. I hope you're having fun on this beautiful Sunday. I don't want to take up any more of your time, guys. I want you to go and enjoy your Sunday. I'm going to go and eat a late breakfast. I didn't eat breakfast, so I'm going to eat a big breakfast. Karina is in Bogota helping her friend Mihai put together her ice cream store. And I'll be back on the live stream on Wednesday at what time? 5 p.m. You got it. Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central Time, which is 1 hour behind Miami time. I'll be back Wednesday, and I hope I answered all your questions. And relax, guys. Be patient during the process. Let immigration do their job. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday.